Hey everybody, it's PDubs. Thanks as always for hanging out upstairs with us and for checking out the channel. And on today's episode, we're going to take a look at the AtGames Snoopy pinball machines that have been arriving in people's homes. Is this good grief or good job? So in today's news video, we're going to talk a little bit about AtGames and their Legends Pinball 4K. So for instance, as of today, AtGames has put up 5 different variants of their Legends Pinball 4K up for pre-order. This includes the Addams Family, Peanuts, Dinosaur Dynasty, Star Trek, and Attack from Mars. And when you take a look at these machines, so far, up until earlier this week, the only machine that people had actually received in their homes was the Addams Family. Now, great news is throughout the week this week, people have been receiving their Peanuts pre-orders. Also, I got notifications from a couple of followers of the channels that they did actually put in pre-orders for Dinosaur Dynasty, and they got their tracking numbers. So those Dinosaur Dynasty orders are on their way. And as you guys are probably aware, AtGames made announcements saying, hey, when it comes to those who pre-ordered Star Trek and Attack from Mars, those machines will be shipping within the next couple of weeks. However, there is a caveat, there is a catch. Those people who pre-ordered Star Trek and Attack from Mars and are waiting for the Zen Studios Star Trek pinball games, as well as the Williams versions of Attack from Mars, by the time you receive your machines in a couple weeks, there's a chance the games themselves, the headliner games, might not be included on those machines because they might not be ready, or they might put them on those machines with whatever performance issues they have for customers and fix them later down the road with some kind of firmware patch. As you guys know, the only real big controversy with the AtGames Legends 4K pinball machines as of today really has only been the performance of the Zen Studios pinball games. But the only good news about that is the fact that in the most recent firmware update that AtGames pushed out last week, we did see some improvements in the Addams Family gameplay. Is it perfect? No. It's just a couple of frames off, just like the Peanuts game, that the Zen Studios Peanuts game that's already been released on the platform. Hopefully in due time, these issues will go away and the games will be lag-free. But for right now, this minute, though, I really wanted to focus on this Peanuts pinball machine. So for instance, guys, I've had a number of viewers send me pictures and stuff, and that's because we did some live streams and we were talking about the fact that, yes, I pre-ordered Addams Family because I wanted to get my hands on one of these pinball machines, and I have it downstairs in my home. And I didn't want to pre-order Attack from Mars, which in my opinion is the best artwork package on these particular pinball machines that AtGames has released so far. But when it came to, and that's because I already owned like an arcade one-up Attack from Mars. I didn't want to have another Attack from Mars in my home. You know, when it comes to me, I don't know about you guys, but I like having new stuff in my house, or stuff that's new or different looking. People have been receiving their Peanuts pinball machines. I've had a lot of viewers who have sent me pictures. They've emailed it to me, as well as they've commented in my Facebook groups, things like that, showing these machines off. And I wanted to just kind of show these off to you, because the question is when it comes to the actual appearance of this AtGames 4K Snoopy machine, so far as of today, we've only seen renders, right? We've only seen renders. We haven't actually seen a real machine, a real photo of a real machine, and many people are receiving them. And I gotta tell you something, man, I am impressed. That's right, I am super impressed with what I'm seeing on this pinball machine. I mentioned on a previous stream, if I didn't get Addams Family just to get one as soon as possible, I probably would have pre-ordered the Peanuts artwork myself, because I think AtGames did a pretty good job with what we saw in the renders of what this thing is going to look like. And taking a peek here, if you are a Peanuts fan, you're probably really going to be digging this particular machine when it arrives in your home. I mean, so far, these are all photos that were either sent to me or shared in my Facebook groups of owners who've sent me photos of their Peanuts Snoopy pinball machine. And I gotta tell you, man, this is fantastic. I mean, considering that this isn't based on a real pinball game that existed in real life, this is just based on the Zen Studios homemade Peanuts Snoopy game. The artwork package they came up with, the coloring, the yellow, and all the different Peanuts characters on here, and just a great mix and match of the artwork. Like, it's not too much. Like, they could have oversaturated these side panels with artwork. Instead, they just went with like a flush yellow panel, threw the Peanuts Snoopy logo on there, threw the characters on there, and they're done, right? And even on the side of the back boxes, you got a solid yellow panel with just Snoopy and the bird right here, the canary guy, Forgetting his name off the top of my head. But Woodstock, I think. And, you know, it's like sometimes less is more, right? Less is more. Now, obviously, again, this game, just like the Addams Family, has about, I'm guessing, around a 4-frame flipper delay as of today. They really need to get that down to 2 frames or less for people to have a really, really good experience playing these games. But this is probably one of the best pictures. This one I actually found on Reddit. This is from Extreme Stooge on Reddit, and he's got a fantastic picture here of the pinball machine. Probably one of the best photos taken so far by people. And as you can see here, this looks pretty cool. I love the Charlie Brown speaker grill covers. Love the whole back box, the little marquee they got going on here. I'm super impressed, man. Like, I always try to call it down the line. Like, if I see these companies doing well, I'm going to tell you. If I see opportunities for improvement, I'm going to tell you. And this is also one of my favorite photos here. This guy's a big Snoopy fan. Emailed me these, sent me these pictures. As you can see here, he's got his little Snoopy hat. Big Snoopy fan. And take a look. He's already got his little Snoopy, Charlie Brown, and I think it's Woodstock all up here sitting on top of his pinball machine, decorating his pinball machine. So that looks pretty cool in my opinion. A lot of people told me that they ordered these because the other artwork packages were too scary for kids, or they weren't interested in like Addams Family, Attack from Mars type artwork, but because they have kids and grandkids, they really wanted to, you know, have something that the kids can enjoy and play on. And, you know, one guy, Mike, emailed me and he said his kids absolutely love the machine. They love that it's got the Charlie Brown characters on it and stuff like that. So I gotta tell you, man, overall, I'm pretty impressed with this. And if there's any of you out there who have a, you know, Peanuts pinball machine, if you're not happy with it, let me know. I'll trade you my Addams Family because this is looking pretty good in my opinion. And I actually wish I had waited. Wish I had waited and gotten this one instead of the Addams Family. I really like the artwork here, but then again, I could just change the artwork on my Addams Family if I so choose. Another thing, though, that I don't like with the Zen games, just a heads up here, is just like Arcade 1-Up, they're only using a small sliver of the DMD. Like, it'd be really cool if they could optimize these DMDs to actually fit the screen, just like we do on our OTG modes. We optimize playing Pinball FX3 and Pinball FX and Pinball M and all those software systems to fill up the DMD. No blank spaces, but Zen Studios is still pushing out these narrow DMDs. Hopefully they can get that fixed. I gotta know what you guys think, man. I really gotta know. Like, in my opinion, this is way better looking than the Addams Family if you're a Peanuts or a Snoopy's fan. And I think you're probably really gonna like it if you had if you received one. Me personally, you know, I got Addams Family so far. Out of the ones we've seen in real life, this one's my favorite. Obviously, we still got to see what the other ones look like in real life. Plus, as you guys know, there's going to be a whole bunch more variants probably being announced by AtGames this year as well. We'll see what other variants will officially come out later this year. So, guys, let me know what you think. Are you impressed with what they put together here for the Snoopy pinball machine? I got to tell you, when it comes to good grief or good job, I'm going to have to give it to AtGames on this one. Good job.